Welcome to the Big Ten Championship game on Fox, presented by Discover, and we've got a good one for you as the 14th ranked Northwestern Wildcats face off against 4th ranked Ohio State for all the marbles here in Indy. Hi everybody, I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner Joel Klatt, and welcome to Indianapolis in the 2020 Big Ten Championship game. Ohio State going for their 4th straight Big Ten Championship, and a win today, they'll punch their ticket into the college football playoff, and Joel, they'll be looking forward to their Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback to lead the way.
Well, he's going to have to, right? Because, again, today Ohio State's going to have to play a little shorthanded. We'll have more on that in just a little bit. But Justin Fields has got to be great. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And he is a great player. Listen, 18-1, folks. He is a winner. He throws for a very high percentage, but he will be without some wide receivers on the outside. He's going to have to create big plays with his feet. That's something that Northwestern's defense has struggled with, even though they play great defense. Justin Fields today for Ohio State has to be the best player on the field. If he is the best player on the field, which he normally is, then they'll likely take home some hardware. But if he struggles like he did against Indiana, then who knows? And this is a Northwestern defense that creates a lot of takeaways, Gus.
As for Northwestern, last year they finished 3-9. Pat Fitzgerald, their head coach, after the season said, hey, we're going to fix everything. We guarantee it, and we'll see you in the Big Ten Championship next year. They're in the Big Ten Championship this year, and they've got some linebackers that will knock your block off.
I was going to say, like, if you're going to make proclamations like that, you better know who's coming back on your team. And Pat Fitzgerald knew that the heartbeat, the heart and soul of his team was going to be those linebackers, led by Patty Fisher. Gus feels like we've been calling his games for 10 years now, right? He's got like 1,000 tackles, one of the best players in all of the Big Ten. They've got Chris Bergen back there. They've got Blake Gallagher. Their defense is salty. They get off the field on 3rd down. They're terrific in the red zone. And like I said earlier, they create a lot of takeaways. If this defense can create that muddy playing field for Ohio State, then who knows for this Wildcat team. But hey, they've got to be led by that defense.
Time now to join the 3rd member of our team on the sideline, the All-American girl, Jenny Tab.
Well, guys, it really has been a season of adversity for Ohio State, and today, no different. 22 players will not be available, and really most notably, leading receiver Chris Olave. Really, here and Garrett Wilson have established themselves as the most dynamic duo in college football in the country. Yesterday, when we spoke with Coach Ryan Day about some of his young, promising receivers, he told us it's time for them to step up. They came to Ohio State for a reason. What will they do in the spotlight? Now, defense and special teams will also be impacted today. Linebacker Baron Browning out, along with punter Drew Chrisman. And in talking to Justin Fields this week, though, he said nothing phases this team. We will lean on each other. We will find a way to get it done because they've got a goal at Ohio State. It's to win another conference championship, and then they want to keep this thing going much further.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. Coming up after the break, it's time to get the Big Ten East and West champions onto the field. Team introductions when we come back. Welcome back to the 2020 Big Ten Championship game. The house that Peyton built. Time now to introduce today's Big Ten East and West champions. With a win today, they will have their 4th consecutive Big Ten championship and will make a compelling argument to solidify themselves a spot in the college football playoffs. The champs of the East, the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State, undefeated, unstoppable, reigning over the East for the 4th straight year. You want that Big Ten championship, you gotta go through them. There's nowhere to hide. The Buckeyes are coming.
Undefeated and ranked 4th in the nation. Please welcome Ohio State. Northwestern is making its second Big Ten championship appearance in the last 3 years. With a win today, it will be the Wildcats' first outright championship since 1995. The champs of the West, your Northwestern Wildcats.
Northwestern. Tenacious. Fearless. Back in Indy for the second time in 3 years. And they're out for revenge. These Wildcats are hungry. Watch out. The champions of the West are here.
Led by College Football Hall of Famer Pat Fitzgerald, please welcome the Northwestern Wildcats. So Northwestern Ohio State ready to battle in the 10th Big Ten championship game.
How about that?
10 years. A decade of championships, and we've seen some incredible players during this time.
There's no doubt. Great performances, great players, terrific coaches, great memories. There's no doubt. Gus, this is you and I's 6th championship together, but part of what we and I love about this game is the sound of this game. And you, my friend, are responsible for the sound of this game. And me and the guys and Jenny, we wanted to put together a little something to look back through your 10 years, the heartbeat, the sound of the Big Ten championship. Here we go.
And here we go, the inaugural Big Ten Conference Championship game. Awareness, 99. What a play by Russell Wilson. Down the sideline, Smarty's got 6. Cardell Jones, 12 gauge, baby. Bosa, bloodthirsty. We've got a ball game in nap time. Barkley, touchdown. The Wizard hurt my feelings. Denzel Ward plucks it out of the air. Dobbins, look at this freshman. Touchdown. Mojo rising. Fields looks, delivers, touchdown. Ohio State Buckeyes win their 3rd consecutive Big Ten championship. And welcome back to Indianapolis for the 2020 Big Ten Championship game. Time now for the coin toss.
Captains, congratulations on your participation in today's Big Ten Championship game. My name is Mark Kluzinski. I'll be your referee. This is Jim Shaw. He's our umpire. Today we have a commemorative coin. On one side, we have helmets of Northwestern and Ohio State. We will call that heads. On the other side, we have the Big Ten Championship logo. We will call that tails. Northwestern, you've been designated as the visiting team. Do you want heads or tails? Tails. He called tails. And it is a tail. Northwestern, you've won the toss.
So we'd like to defer?
Northwestern won the toss. They defer their choice to the second half. Ohio State, you will take the ball. Northwestern, you choose to kick that way. Line up over here. Ohio State.
So here we go, Ohio State Northwestern 2020 Big Ten Championship game. Time now for Progressive Countdown. We'll have the kickoff on the other side of the break.
The Ohio State Buckeyes
I just took the switch.
to the Big Ten Championship game.
I don't know nobody else is doing this. Body stuck to drop.
Fields to the 5, leaps and lands in the end zone.
You know me since I hit the top. Hey, it's a rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop.
To the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Master T. So over the shoulder, and spins it, gets to the end zone. Touchdown!
Welcome back to Indianapolis. Northwestern, Ohio State ready to battle. Northwestern won the toss, deferred. Ohio State to receive. Going right to left. This is a series that dates back to 1913. Ohio State leads it big, and they've won 8 in a row, including a 45-24 win here in 2018 for the Big Ten title. But the story interesting coming into this game. Over 20 players for Ohio State out because of various reasons, including COVID-19. No player has tested positive for Northwestern this entire season, and we're underway from naptime. DeMario McCall, the deep man, and it's a touchback. So here comes Justin Fields and the Ohio State offense.
Well, they were without about the same number of players against Michigan State in their last ball game, including 3 starting offensive linemen. And Fields played brilliantly. He managed the game well. Their game plan was safer. They threw the ball shorter. This is going to be a game in which he doesn't have his weapons on the outside. So for me, Gus, it's about trust. Who does Justin Fields trust in this ball game to catch the ball? I'm looking at Garrett Wilson, number 5. He's got to have a monster game.
First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Buckeyes, and they'll throw it on first down. Fields underneath, incomplete. Intended for Julian Fleming. And let's take a look at this Ohio State offense.
This offensive line has been very good all year long, very good in the run game. Josh Myers goes back to center. Remember, they had trouble with the snap because Myers missed that game against Michigan State. In the skill positions, this is where all the inactives are this week. Julian Fleming, a true freshman wide receiver, is getting the start for the Buckeyes.
Second down and 10 at the 25. Master Teague in the backfield. And Fields to throw it again. He'll find Teague on the sideline, and Master turns it up and is dropped after about a 7-yard gain. Defensively for Northwestern.
So good up front. They get after the quarterback. They pressure decently. They stop the run. But this defense is really all about the firm, the 3 linebackers. Blake Gallagher, Patty Fisher, Chris Bergen. They're all over the field. And great tacklers in the back end. Watch out for Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome, one of the best players in America at the cornerback position. I think he's going to be a high second-round draft pick come the spring.
Third down and 2 at the 33. Trey Sermon, the Oklahoma transfer, enters the game at tailback. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Bunch formation. Fleming crosses. Fields with time. Over the middle. Fleming with the catch, and he has the first down. Julian Fleming, the freshman from Pennsylvania, stopped by Patty Fisher.
I think that's really important right there. It's a third down early in the game, and you get your true freshman who's starting for Chris Olave, and you get him some confidence. An easy route. It was just a little stop route, but he's able to sit down in the zone. Fields gives him a ball, and boom, it's a conversion and confidence for a young player making his first start.
And that's a gain of 8 yards. Farrell in motion, first and 10 at the 41. Fields again. Ohio State has not run the ball. He'll go for the home run down the sideline and throw it out of bounds. Jamison Williams, the intended receiver, brings up second and long.
Well, this is one thing we knew they wanted to do, which was take shots on this secondary for Northwestern. This Northwestern defense, statistically the best pass defense in America, but they do that, Gus, by putting their corners on an island. Coach talked brilliantly about it in the pregame show, and that's one area where the Buckeyes want to attack, and they want to attack early, is taking shots down the field.
Second down and 10. Fields sideline. Nice quick throw. Fleming with another catch, and he's close to the first down. Blake Gallagher there to push him out of play.
It's one thing to want to take shots. It's another thing as a quarterback to understand that you only take those shots when the defense allows or gives them to you. And Fields has to understand that the throws that are there most of the day against this style of defense are those short throws on the outside. Ryan Day knows that. Those hitch routes, those little out routes, you're going to see several of those as the day goes on.
Gain of 11. First down at the 48. Opening series for the Buckeyes. Master Teague, and he gets dropped for a big loss. Adebawore with the tackle for the loss.
Well, Wyatt Davis is going to come and try and pull this side, but Adebawore just does a great job of coming up the field, and he beats the block, and he's right there to meet Master Teague in the backfield. Adebawore is a young player, just a sophomore from Kansas City, but he had to play last year when there were some injuries up front. That development in the 3-9 season for Northwestern allowed him to be much more impactful this season.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Fields. Sideline, quick throw. Fleming again. Fleming has been open to start this game in front of A.J. Hampton.
And how about that? That was a very Olave-esque little toe touch over on the sideline. Beautiful catch. Ball a little above his head, and he's got to go upstairs, grab it, and still get that left foot down in order to create a more manageable 3rd down situation, which he was able to do. Watch this. Get that foot down. Way up in the air. Just gets his toe down with his left foot.
3rd down and 3 at the 41. Northwestern with the chance to get off the field. Opening series for Ohio State. Ryan Day in his 2nd year as the head coach, replacing our legend Urban Meyer. And now Fields will call a timeout. Timeout, Ohio State. When we come back, they'll be facing a 3rd and 3. Fans voted, and Wendy's and Fox College Football listened. You're looking at the Wendy's Viewers Choice Cam. Today's camera is focused on the Ohio State offense. Go to @CFB on Fox on Twitter to enjoy this alternative view for the rest of the game. 3rd down and 3 at the 41. Fleming with 3 catches already. He came into the game with 3 catches all season. Remember, Olave is out. Here's Fields looking for the 1st down. Steps up in the pocket. In trouble. Wants to run it. Has the 1st and more as he dives forward at the 32. Ernest Brown there to bring him to the turf. But it's a 1st down for Justin Fields.
And boy, just a missed tackle there from Blake Gallagher, who comes in, and he was a free rusher on Fields who was looking down the field. And Pat Fitzgerald is not going to be happy with that. They had dialed it up perfectly. The coordinator for Northwestern, Mike Hankiewicz, in his 51st season as a college football coach, dialed it up perfectly, but Fields, too athletic, stepped up, got the 1st down. There's Mike Hankiewicz. This will be his last year coaching college football. 51 years. Wow.
1st down, and it's Fields running, and Fields breaks a tackle. Rugged running for Justin Fields. Patty Fisher finally drops him.
Gus, can you imagine the evolution of football that's been taking place in 51 years? Mike Hankiewicz.
He was your coach, right?
He was. He was a coordinator for Colorado when I was there. He was there all the way back in 1990, even when they won the national championship. He has coordinated some great defenses, but when I started bringing up, hey, the modern quarterback that can run and throw, he's like, yeah, I don't want to defend these guys anymore. He's got that slow kind of way he talks. He's been an absolute great coordinator for Northwestern here with Pat Fitzgerald, and this is a big reason why they're here, folks, is this defense.
2nd down and 2. Sermon looking for the 1st down on the 11th play of the drive, and he'll get inside the Northwestern 20. And Sermon really starting to come on, especially in that Michigan State game.
Yeah, he did. He had that long run, over 60-yard run, and he's a guy who transferred over from Oklahoma, was really successful running back at Oklahoma. Transfers in to Ohio State, and he's been really sharing carries with Master Teague, but he did kind of elevate himself in that Michigan State game. He's got good burst on the outside.
10 carries, 112 yards, and the touchdown in the Michigan State game. 1st and 10 of the 19. Sermon again trying to break it inside. Does, and another huge chunk for the Buckeyes. Blake Gallagher with the tackle.
Well, this is where I think he's gaining confidence as the season goes on from Ohio State, is that you're going to get a run, but then watch the broken tackle. As he gets up in there, there's the broken tackle, the strong run, and he's able to get 4 or 5 more yards. That's the Trey Sermon that you and I remember from OU. Hadn't seen it much in the early season here with the Buckeyes, but we're starting to see that now progress as he gets his feet wet and more comfortable.
2nd down and 3. Straight ahead with Sermon and a 1st down. Right now, after starting the game, partner, throwing it all over the field. Ohio State settling into a very solid run game.
Well, you know, they're the only team in college football that averages over 250 yards rushing and 250 yards passing. One of the most balanced offenses in the sport. They can hurt you either way. And now they're using a little methodical tempo, you know, not rushing up to the line of scrimmage, but a nice methodical drive, taking a bunch of time off the clock here early.
First down and goal at the Northwestern 7. They fake the pitch. Fields gets outside, turns a corner. Touchdown, Ohio State. The Buckeyes.
Holding. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's Harry Miller.
Yeah, he's going to pull across, and watch as he's pulling across towards the right side, and he's going to block Adebawore, and then right there he just kind of tackles him as Field takes off outside. He's got that right hand attached. Excellent call by the official, and takes a touchdown off the board. Gus, Northwestern's calling card on defense is their ability to prevent touchdowns once they're in the red zone. They're one of the best teams in America in red zone defense in that regard, and obviously now a much better chance at first and long here on a goal-to-go situation.
They march it 10 yards back. First and goal at the 17. Opening series for Ohio State here at the 2020 Big Ten Championship game. Sermon, the single setback, play fake. Fields rolls off, drops it to Sermon. Oh, and he gets chopped down immediately. Well done by A.J. Hampton.
Sermon was trying to make the athletic play, but Hampton makes the sure tackle. Easy little dump off into the flat for Trey Sermon, and here he goes up and over the top. Excellent tackle there from A.J. Hampton. That's one thing that these corners for Northwestern, they have to be physical, and they generally are. These two guys, Greg Newsome and A.J. Hampton, certainly are for Mike Hankwitz and Pat Fitzgerald.
A.J. Hampton from Warren, Arkansas. Second and goal at the 14. Sermon squeezes through the hole and is dragged down from behind at the 9. Ernest Brown gets him down.
Boy, after a long drive, how big of a win would it be for this defense to hold Ohio State to a field goal? Now's their chance. Third down. We have not seen Garrett Wilson get a target yet. I got to imagine that from that bunch set here on the bottom of your screen, they're going to try to get Wilson somewhere on a corner route. Here's Wilson. Going to watch him in the flat, maybe up on there on the corner as well.
Third down and goal at the 9-yard line. Fields under pressure. Fields scrambling. Fields taken down at the 25. Cameron Mitchell shot out of a cannon.
They do a great job of disguising this pressure. Watch as he's going to hold his water. That means he stays still until the snap. And then they bring too many for Ohio State to block. Fields doesn't have time to get rid of the ball. And now what was a touchdown that came off the board because of holding is now a field goal attempt of 42 yards.
Brings on Blake Hallbeal, who returned for the Michigan State game. One of the best kickers in America, and he drills it. And Ohio State has to settle for the field goal. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. Bucks up 3-0. The Big Ten Championship on Fox is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. By Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Think you know Big Ten football? With Fox Super 6, answer 6 questions about today's game for a chance to win a $25,000 jackpot. There's still time to enter. So download the Fox Super 6 app now and play for free. So Ohio State goes on a 16-play drive covering 51 yards, eating up 8 minutes and 26 seconds. Resulting in a 41-yard field goal. Longest play of the drive was 11 yards. So coming up, Peyton Ramsey and the Northwestern offense will get their first shot at the Buckeyes after this.
take a look at our season refresh, sponsored by Coors Light for these Northwestern Wildcats. They started out 5-0. A lot of close games in there. They were winning them, and then they got all the way up to 11th in the AP poll, highest since 1996, and that's when Michigan State took them down, 29-20, in a game that they struggled to hold on to the football, but they were able to come back, beat their rival, the Illini, and get themselves right here to Indianapolis.
Northwestern winning 28-10 in Evanston last week against Illinois, and they'll run it on first down. Cam Porter spinning. Cam Porter, oh, what a big-time run. Northwestern with over 400 yards rushing last week against Illinois, and their quarterback, Peyton Ramsey, what a great career he's had in college football.
Grad transfer from Indiana, comes over. He started a lot of games. He's actually the most experienced quarterback in the Big Ten, and he's a guy that has really solidified this offense and calmed things down for Northwestern.
Ramsey throws it. Jackie Bowman with the reception as he gets out of play.
The offensive line is missing an opt-out, and Rashad Slater was going to be maybe one of, if not the best offensive lineman in the country. Peter Skoronski, the true freshman, excellent player up front. And then in the backfield, it's kind of been by committee, but look for Cam Porter, the freshman.
And they'll run it this time. McGowan will line up a little bit of everywhere. He'll line up as a wide receiver and a running back defensively for the Buckeyes.
This is a really good defensive front seven led by Tommy Togiai and Haskell Garrett. Those two defensive tackles. They are without a couple of defensive ends, Tyler Friday and Javonte Jean-Baptiste. They're good at the linebacker position, and the secondary is a bit revamped.
Ramsey in trouble, flushed out, drops it off to Cam Porter. He gets his shoulder square, dives forward in front of Justin Hilliard. So Northwestern already moving the ball quickly on Ohio State.
I'm like, did they switch uniforms or something? Like, I thought Ohio State would be fast tempo. Northwestern would want the big, long, slow, methodical drive. Ohio State matriculated the ball down the field on their first series, and then here the Wildcats go, and now they're in the Wildcat formation.
What do you know about Hank Schramm? Matriculate down the field, 2nd and 3 at the 43. This time the Buckeyes are ready as Haskell Garrett drops Cam Porter. What a season Haskell Garrett has had.
Man, I tell you what, and this guy is a third-team All-Big Ten performer. He has been so strong in the middle of that defensive line. The senior from Las Vegas, remember, had that incredible incident where he was trying to break up a fight. He actually gets shot in the cheek, lives miraculously, and he's back on the field for Ohio State playing dominant football. What an amazing story.
3rd down and 2 at the 43. And Ramsey wants to run it, looking for the first down, has it and more. Ramsey with a burst. Ramsey looking. Ramsey all the way down to the Ohio State 9. Marcus Williams got his ankle. If not, it's a touchdown for Northwestern, a 33-yard gain.
Well, they got a new safety back here. Josh Proctor is starting at safety because Marcus Hooker was a game-time decision. That safety has got to be the guy that prevents the big play. He comes up and misses that tackle. Remember, that was Fuller last year, who's now in the NFL. That ball has got to get tackled about 8 yards, but the safety takes a bad angle, and it's 1st and goal.
Here's the Wildcat formation. Porter, touchdown, Northwestern. Uh-oh. The Wildcats, all business on their opening series. They punch it in to take a 6-3 lead here at the Big Ten Championship.
Well, they want to attack the legs of the defensive line. Watch this cut block. Gunnar Vogel is going to go down the right tackle, and he's going to get Haskell Garrett onto the ground, and then that's where the seam opens up for the cutback, and the true freshman Cam Porter takes it into the end zone. Northwestern is here to play, folks.
And it's fueled by Ramsey's longest run of the year, that 33-yard gain. 4:02 to go in the first quarter. 7th play, 75-yard drive. Pat Fitzgerald his team scores in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Porter's 4th touchdown of the season, extra point good. So how about this? Northwestern drives it all the way down, punching it in, and the Cats lead at 7-3. The Big Ten Championship on Fox is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. And by Verizon, the network more people rely on. Gives you more. Both Pat Fitzgerald and Ryan Day are making their second Big Ten championship game appearance, joining a list that includes our Urban Meyer, who coached in Indy 4 times. Interesting early turn of events here in Indianapolis as Northwestern takes that 7-3 lead. Demario McCall, the deep man, lets that one bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's take a look at our Nissan Heisman watch. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. Obviously, Justin Fields, one of the best players in America. Mac Jones has been amazing. Devontae Smith, by the way. Oh, my goodness, the year that he is having, the wide receiver for the Tide. Obviously, Lawrence Kyle Trask with that loss last week. Don't know how much run he's going to get unless he was able to lead the Gators to an upset win over Bama later in the SEC Championship. But for Justin Fields, he's going to have to play like the Heisman today. And this team clearly a little shorthanded, a little different offensively, Gus, so far, more methodical.
First down to the 25. Fields looks backside, hit as he throws, incomplete. Garrett Wilson, closest man to the football, but Joseph putting pressure on Justin Fields.
Brandon Joseph is one of the really solid young players. In fact, he was the Big Ten Defensive Freshman of the Year. First team all-conference, 5 interceptions on the year. He's the one that was pressuring Fields in the backfield and got to him just before Fields could deliver.
Second down and 10. We're at the 25. Fields. Near side. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
This is what you just have to avoid against Northwestern. This is one of the few times that from Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coordinator, you're going to get a departure from their normal system. What they normally like to do on these 3rd and longs is only rush 3, sometimes, rarely a 4th rusher, and then drop 8 guys into coverage. That drop 8 coverage, even from this blitz look, I would expect them maybe to drop out.
3rd down and 10 to the 25. Fields in trouble again. Fields breaking tackles. Fields still on his feet. Throws. And incomplete. And Ohio State will have to punt it away. Ernest Brown, though, applying major pressure on Justin Fields.
Well, look, as they're going to show pressure, but then what do? They back out and they get into that drop 8. Only 3 rushers. That's when quarterbacks generally hold the football too long. Fields does that, and then he tries to throw that wild pass late. That looked a lot like Indiana. Gus, the game that we called where he threw a couple of those ill-advised passes for interceptions.
And he threw 3 picks in that game. Riley Lees with the fair catch at the 38. So Northwestern with the lead and the ball. Welcome back. 1st and 10 at the 39. Wildcat formation for Northwestern. Cam Porter in the backfield. Now they switch back. Peyton Ramsey in the shotgun. Play fake. Sprints out. Drops it off. Has his man. And this is Charlie Mangiuri. Gets down the sideline for a big-time gain.
Yeah, this is really a beautiful design here from Mike Bajakian, the new offensive coordinator for Northwestern. He invited a big personnel group, so they had more linebackers on the field than they normally do, and then he just dumps a little screen pass almost, a little wide receiver release.
Gain of 16. They may want to throw it here. Watch out. Lees in all sorts of trouble, and he'll just dump it out of bounds.
Gus, this is going to be intentional grounding unless they feel like there was a wide receiver, an eligible receiver in the area, because the only player that gets protection to throw the ball away outside the pocket is the player that originally receives the snap, or the quarterback. If you there, and there's the flag, exactly. So Riley Lees can't burn the ball because it was handed to him by Peyton Ramsey.
Intentional grounding. Offense. There was no receiver in the area, and that player was not the player who originally received the snap. The penalty is loss of down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
There's Kerry Combs, the defensive coordinator. He's pointing it out right there. He's saying he didn't receive the snap. Excellent call by the officials, and all they were discussing there was the fact that if there was a receiver, eligible receiver in the area, then there would be a legal burn, right? He can throw it away at that point. But if you're just trying to toss it out of bounds because you think you're outside of the tackle box, the only person afforded that protection is the player that immediately receives the snap.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 26 at the 39 for Northwestern. Ramsey drops off a screen. And this time it's Evan Hull, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Nicely done. Seven Banks sticking his nose in it, as well as Taryn Vincent. And Banks gets up a little gimpy.
He's going to ultimately go down on that far side. Seven Banks this week was tabbed honorable mention, all Big Ten for his performance this year. He hasn't gotten a lot of the publicity because of Sean Wade opposite him, Gus, and Sean was the Big Ten defensive back of the year. Excellent corner for the Buckeyes, but Seven has been very good. There's Sean, his counterpart on the opposite side, and now they're going to have to go into that depth. And folks, the depth for this secondary is taking a hit. Marcus Hooker, their normal free safety, he is unavailable. He's in sweats right now. Bryson Shaw, a backup safety, unavailable. Cameron Brown hurt his Achilles in the Penn State game. He's out. So they're reaching right now in their depth in the secondary.
Tyreek Johnson replaces Seven Banks. Ramsey 3rd and 27. And he finds his man John Rain. And Rain crosses the 45 up to the 47. Not enough. And Northwestern will punt.
Well, the Buckeyes got a little life with that penalty, and then they started flying around a little bit, obviously get off the field. But for Northwestern, Kerry Combs' defense does a nice job. For Northwestern here, this is an opportunity for them, with their defense as strong as it is, to get some quality field position for their next offensive series. They got to execute here in the special teams and try to pin the Buckeyes inside the 10-yard line.
Derek Adams will punt it from the 31. Garrett Wilson is the deep man. He's standing inside the 15. Wilson comes up to field it and has it at the 22. 7-3 Northwestern. Justin Fields trying to get things going for the Buckeyes after this. Ohio State takes over at their own 22-yard line, 1st down. And they'll give it to Master Teague. Watch him go. Master Teague, huge run as he gets the midfield.
Well, this is the threat of Justin Fields. Adebawore, the defensive end, he got to sit there, and he was the unblocked player on the defensive line. Fields is reading him, and he sits there and he's like, all right, I can't let number 1 beat me. So Fields hands the football off, and then there's a big hole there. There's Adebawore, number 49. See how he takes Fields, and then huge hole for Master Teague right down the middle of the defense.
Fields throws it out wide.
It's backwards.
It's loose, and it's recovered by Garrett Wilson, barely.
They were trying for a little trickery there. Garrett Wilson was going to look up and try to get Julian Fleming. Here he is, and he motions way deep into the backfield. Clearly a backwards pass. And it was short, and right there, he knows it. He's trying to dive on it, and fortunate for him, Brandon Joseph, number 16, was unable to get his hands on that ball.
That's a loss of 7. 2nd and 17 at the 42. Sermon. And Sermon leaps forward and gets inside Northwestern territory. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Northwestern 7, Ohio State 3. Second quarter coming up on Fox after this. Welcome back to the Big Ten Championship game on Fox, presented by Discover. 7-3 our score. 14th ranked Northwestern against 4th ranked Ohio State. Justin Fields and the Ohio State offense, they look out of sync to start this game. 3rd and 8. Incomplete. And they'll punt it away.
And you got the hands going sideways for Justin Fields. Right after that ball lands incomplete, he's looking that direction, and he's kind of throws his hands out like, what's happening? There's supposed to be a guy there. What's going on? And of course, if you're just joining us, Chris Olave is #1 target out. One of the freshman slot receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, out. And not having Olave has presented some problems here in the passing game early.
Zach Hoover will punt for Ohio State. Drew Chrisman out of this game as well. This one will be downed inside the Northwestern 5 at the 1. Well done by Zach Hoover, replacing one of the best punters in the nation in Drew Chrisman. Coming up next on Fox, San Jose State looks to continue their incredible season as they take on Boise State in the Mountain West Championship. The action kicks off next on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
And that San Jose State team, they have won all 6 of their games by between 10 and 17 points. Nick Starkel is a guy that's been big for them. He's their quarterback, transfer from A&M and Arkansas, found a home with San Jose State, so that'll be a good one. Can't wait to listen to.
Seven Banks back in the game for Ohio State. 1st down and 10 at the 6 for Peyton Ramsey and the Wildcats. Some running room. Cam Porter last week against Illinois, 24 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns. Remember, Northwestern against the Fighting Illini rushed for 411 yards. He gained 6 there. 2nd and 4 at the 12. Ramsey sprints out, goes on the move, has his man. Not enough for the 1st down, I don't believe. Kyrick McGowan with the reception.
Well, this is what you were talking about, and that 411 kind of came out of nowhere, Gus, because in their first 6 games they were only averaging just over 130 yards per game and just over 3 yards per carry, and then it was a huge day led by Cam Porter, who's now going to sit in the Wildcat here on a 3rd and short.
Porter running right, looking for the 1st down, and he has it.
Well, Porter has sure solidified that run game. I know it was just one game, but now he's come out here and backed that up with a solid 1st quarter, leading them. Obviously, Ramsey had that big run, but Porter had the excellent touchdown run. And this Northwestern team, Pat Fitzgerald talked about, Gus, surviving the first 4 rounds, that Ohio State is so good early in games. We got to survive the first 4 rounds, and they're doing that and then some here today.
1st down and 10 at the 17. Porter 5 carries, 30 yards. Hull in the game now. And they'll run McGowan around the corner. He'll get out of bounds at the 20. Pete Werner there to usher him out of play. But Northwestern has had 9 winning seasons under Pat Fitzgerald, including a school record 4 in a row, leading up to last year's 3-9 mark. Set Fitzgerald on the last day of the 2019 season. This type of record will never happen again. It'll never happen again. We'll see you at the Big Ten Championship next year. 2nd and 7 at the 20. Play fake. Ramsey keeps it. And no room on that right side. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Pete Werner there.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down for Ohio State here. Not only to gain some confidence here with their defense, and in particular with some young players in the secondary, but also to maintain a little field position. If they can force a punt from this spot, they're probably going to get the ball right around the 40-yard line. And that's somewhere for a struggling offense. A little field position can always give them a spark.
Isaiah Bowser in there at running back for Northwestern with Ramsey out of the gun. Here's Ramsey. Throws, caught, and a 1st down. Jacquio Bowman found a soft spot over the middle, and he'll pick up 22.
This is a beautiful route. Watch, he's going to stem, and then he's going to just pop right back inside. The ball is delivered on time and on target from Peyton Ramsey, and that's something that he has been doing for a long time. First at Indiana, now at Northwestern, and it's one of the reasons why they've had such a successful season is that he's had that quality relationship with Ramad Bowman on the outside. They developed that early after he transferred.
First down at the 42. Bad snap handled by Ramsey. He fires it out wide. Bryce Kurtz. Very good ball handling there by Peyton Ramsey as Justin Hilliard makes the tackle.
It's so interesting when you're going to transfer in. You know, Russell Wilson made this a thing in college football. Now we see guys do it every year, but you got to be a great leader and you got to take the initiative. And Peyton Ramsey certainly took the initiative with not only the coaching staff but his teammates when he transferred in here to Northwestern.
2nd and 6 at the 46. Ramsey looking sideline, and it's a catch. Ooh. Bryce Kurtz again.
How about that catch? Falling down, was basically on the ground. Ramsey again, anticipatory throw. Does a great job throwing the ball before the wide receiver's out of his break. Kurtz has no option but to catch that one and hit him right in the chest as he was on the ground.
Redshirt freshman from Brownsburg, Indiana. 1st and 10 at the 42. Ramsey pulls it out with a lane. Ramsey with some speed as he slides down, Russell Wilson style, for another first down.
Well, it's actually going to be just short because remember, if you slide feet first, they take it back to when you initiate the slide. So while it looks like he's across the first down line, the first time he leans back to slide is actually a yard short. So it'll be 2nd and short here for the Wildcats.
At the Ohio State 33. Northwestern having no problems moving the football. And they'll run it. McGowan, first down as it gets out of bounds. Sean Wade knocks him out of play, but I tell you what, you can see the energy and enthusiasm of this Northwestern team starting to really dominate this Ohio State defense.
The only negative thing that has happened to this offense so far was when they tried that little trick play with Riley Lees, who then got an intentional grounding. That's the only thing that stopped them. They've been going up and down the field on this Buckeye defense. Now back to the Wildcat.
Porter. And here's Cam Porter chopping his feet, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Ohio State read that one well. Pete Werner with the tackle.
You know, I talked about their defense, Northwestern's defense, and how good they are forcing field goals when they get in the red zone. When their offense gets in position like this, the scoring area inside the 25, they really need to convert touchdowns.
12th play of the drive, 2nd and 10. Ramsey hit as he throws it incomplete. He had all sorts of fire in his face. Led by Tyreek Smith and Vincent.
Now Tyreek Smith, he's able to get the corner, and then he just bull rushed. There's the true freshman I was talking about, Peter Skoronski, who's had such a great year. But now on 3rd down, got to protect the quarterback. But for Ramsey, the one thing you don't want to do here is take a sack. A sack would likely push your limits of field goal range. No turnovers, no sacks.
3rd down and 10 at the 24. Here comes the pressure, the blitz. Ramsey sets up a screen. He's got his man, and that's Rain, but Rain is wrestled to the ground quickly for a loss. Hamilton, first man to him for Ohio State.
Yeah, he did a great job. How about Antoine Jackson as well, as he's going to come out 52, and he's going to race himself over this side. First, it starts with recognition. Look, before the ball was even released, Jackson was out there, slowed him down, and then the cavalry came in. Excellent job of recognition by that defense, that front defensive line for the Buckeyes.
Kubander comes in to attempt a 47-yard field goal for Northwestern. Got it up. And perfect. Pat Fitzgerald will take the points. Northwestern with a 10-3 lead over the 4th-ranked team in the nation in the Big Ten championship game. The Big Ten Championship on Fox is sponsored by T-Mobile. Stay connected with America's largest 5G network. And by Rocket Mortgage. For the playbook on home loans, Rocket can.
Listen, you guys have earned this, right? We've earned this, right? We've earned this, right?
so proud of you guys. It's unbelievable. Enjoy the moment from here until we get back on the stage with all that confetti coming down and we got that trophy, all right? 1-0-3, 1, 2, 3. 1-0.
That was yesterday. Pat Fitzgerald huddling his team up here in Indianapolis. And what a heck of a coach this man is. Pat Fitzgerald was also a two-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. His team up 10-3 right now. Ohio State with the fair catch. So Justin Fields and the Ohio State offense coming back. Right now, Buckeyes look flat. We'll see right after this. The Big Ten Championship on Fox is presented by Discover. We treat you like you treat you. And it's sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Today's aerial coverage is sponsored by Discover. Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. The 2020 Big Ten Championship game. Ohio State now, 1st and 10 of the 25. Sermon, the pistol back behind Justin Fields. Running game working for Ohio State. Passing game, not so much. Here's Sermon. Gets to the edge. Oh, with the hurdle. At the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds. What an athletic play. Patty Fisher with the tackle.
I mean, I think it was earlier in this half, A.J. Hampton got Sermon, and Sermon was like, okay, I'll just go higher. I'm just going to go up the escalator here over A.J. Hampton. Look at how high he was, and then there's Patty Fisher delivering the blow at the end.
On 2nd and 4, Fields pulls it down. And Fields to the sideline. Jamison Williams with the grab. But there is a flag on the play.
I wonder if Jamison Williams stepped out of bounds before he touched that football. He was running a route right along the sideline, and they're just going to discuss here whether he was forced out and then reestablished, or if he went out on his own accord. If he went out on his own accord, then this would be an illegal touching. Here's a look at the route as we get an announcement. Yeah, so that's going to be an illegal touching. That's what he was signaling over to Pat Fitzgerald.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Ineligible downfield. Offense number 76. The penalty is declined. Illegal touching. Offense number 6 went out of bounds on his own, returned, and was first to touch the pass. The penalty is loss of down at the previous spot. 3rd down.
Wow, so just out of sync for these Buckeyes, aren't they? And this Ryan Day offense, normally so potent, in particular in the first half, one of the best first half teams in all of college football, and they just cannot get anything going right now after that first series where they had to settle for a field goal.
3rd down and 4 at the 31. Fields, sideline throw. Oh, what an over-the-shoulder grab by Garrett Wilson.
We got to go to the guys that you trust most. Wilson here is in the slot, and he's going to work on the outside. Beautiful little outside release fade. That's a great throw from Justin Fields, just to his back shoulder, and he's able to go back behind that right shoulder and make the catch. They needed a spark. They still need a spark. I would assume that they would get back to their run game and get to Garrett Wilson as often as they can.
A gain of 21. Fields winds up again near side. Fleming with the catch, and Fleming down the sideline for a big gain. Back-to-back big gains for Ohio State. Wilson got 21. Fleming with 23. First and 10 at the Northwestern 25.
And some rhythm into their offense now as Fields comes alive there. A beautiful move there from Fleming, but Fields, who has been the most accurate passer in college football coming into today, before this drive was only 5 of 10. Now he's found himself here 2 of 2 on this series.
They'll throw it again. Justin Fields goes through his progressions and is sacked. What a play. That's Jake Saunders. He held on and brings Justin Fields down.
If there is a knock against Justin Fields and his game, it's that he will hold the football too long. As he's staring downfield, the ball's got to be basically out of his hand there, but he tries to hang on to it, and they're able to get to him and get the sack. And that's the type of penalty that just kills a drive that has a ton of momentum here, and this is what Northwestern does, a bend-don't-break style of defense. They got down here inside the 30. Now Northwestern was able to make a play.
Loss of 9, 2nd and 19 at the 34. Fields. Again, bottled up, stays on his feet, breaks it back with some room, and Justin Fields makes something out of nothing. Patty Fisher finally stops him.
So on the last play, I told you the one criticism is that he holds the ball, right? Well, you know why you hold the ball if you're Justin Fields? Because he's supremely talented, and he can get himself out of a situation like that and still make 8 yards. So that's what, if you're just a normal quarterback that doesn't have a lot of athleticism, you just throw that ball away. But he can make a play out of something that doesn't look like there's a play to be made.
3rd down and 11.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout, Northwestern. This is their first of the half. This is a full media timeout.
All right, so we'll step away 10-3. Big 3rd and 11 coming up for the Buckeyes.
Welcome back to Indy. This only the 2nd time this season the Buckeyes have trailed, and the first since their season opener. Rob Stone here with you, coming up on the State Farm halftime. Matt, Brady, and Urban will chime in on this Buckeye slow start, which is great news for number 5 Texas A&M. The Aggies having their way in Knoxville early. Plus, we'll have highlights of Oklahoma going for their 6th straight Big 12 title. They've got it in overdrive right now in Big D. Joel, Gus, we'll talk to you guys at the half.
All right, thank you very much, Stoner. 3rd down and 11 at the 26 for Fields and the Buckeyes. Here's Fields looking. Sideline. Oh, incomplete. Garrett Wilson got his bell rung. How about that? Hampton again with a play.
Man, dangerous throw all the way across the field. And 11, A.J. Hampton, watch him come off his route. He's working against Fleming. Then he gets his eyes back to the quarterback in that zone, and he's able to be there to stop Garrett Wilson. I just don't think he had time for that to be a fumble. Need catch, control, a football move, and then the ball to come loose.
So Blake Hallbeal comes in to attempt a 43-yarder. And it's good. 10-6. 5:23 to go in the 2nd quarter. Northwestern still holding on to the lead. Just in case you were wondering, Ohio State hasn't gone a half without a touchdown since a loss to Purdue in 2018. A 49-20 Boilermakers win. Now let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny.
Well, Gus, as good as this Northwestern D has been, just wanted to keep you guys posted that corner Greg Newsome has been in and out of the medical tent. He appears to be dealing with a groin injury. Now he is he's warming up in the back, trying to keep his legs fresh, but that would be a big loss for their secondary if he was unable to go. And in terms of this offense, just to highlight, guys, I had a chance to talk with Peyton Ramsey, and he talked about dreaming of this moment, making sure that he was going to enjoy it. He said there'd be emotion here, but I built my life around trying to play for a conference championship like this, and I want to make sure I make an impact today.
And he's making an impact so far, Jen, that's for sure. 1st down and 10 at the 25. And they'll run it with Porter. And Porter this time goes nowhere. Ohio State ready for the play. Haskell, Garrett. with the tackle.
You know, something that has been pretty successful for Northwestern is running a little bit of this tempo and not being methodical and trying to keep the same personnel group on the field and run a little bit faster. That's what has paid off for them so far today offensively.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Ramsey, screen. He's got Porter, and a beautiful open field tackle by Marcus Williamson. If not, Porter had some room.
Yeah, he did. If he's able to step out of that one, he's going to get the sideline. Williamson does a great job. Number 21 comes up, just gets enough, and Porter goes down, and now the 3rd down. This is when the pass rush has got to come alive for Ohio State. Jonathan Cooper out there along with Tyreek Smith.
3rd down and 12 at the 23. Peyton Ramsey guns it, caught, and a 1st down for Northwestern. Kyrique McGowan, his go-to receiver.
Well, you've got 2 things happening here. First, you're going to get a rush that gets awfully close to Ramsey, but watch his timing and anticipation. He's going to be throwing the football right over to his left. He throws it just before the wide receiver's out of his break and just before he gets hit. That is a great play by Peyton Ramsey, who is playing an absolutely beautiful game so far.
18-yard gain. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Cam Porter is the Wildcat quarterback. He runs it right with room, and he'll get to the 46 before being drilled by Tough Borland.
They have done such a good job, Gus, haven't they, of getting in and out of that Wildcat. They don't take Peyton Ramsey off the field. He just goes out there at wide receiver. My question is, if you're Ohio State and you see the Wildcat, why aren't all the players committing to the run? We have not seen Northwestern really all year try to throw a pass out of that with Ramsey still on the field. This is the work. He goes out to wide receiver. Commit more players to the run game. They still got a safety way back deep.
Porter again with the run. And Haskell Garrett defensively for the Buckeyes. I don't understand the philosophy of that play.
The Wildcat?
Yeah.
Well, whenever your quarterback runs the football, you're gaining an extra hat in terms of blockers. So you're basically equalizing the ratios up front. You get blockers for all the defensive front players that they could potentially have there to defend the run.
3rd down and 4 at the 47. Northwestern 4 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Peyton Ramsey in trouble. Rolling, throws. Oh, almost intercepted. Wow, Josh Proctor. That could have been 6 the other way.
I think he was thinking about 6 the other way, which is why he dropped it. I thought he was going to get this. Look at this ball is tipped up behind it. It's basically right there. He's just got to grab it. And Northwestern avoids a catastrophe because, as Kerry Combs knows it, the entire sideline knows it, he was gone if he's able to catch that ball.
Derek Adams will punt it away from the 32. Garrett Wilson is the deep man at the 10. And fair caught at the 15. 2:26 to go in the first half. 10-6 Northwestern. Buckeyes with the football. Two timeouts left for the Buckeyes. They start 1st down at their own 15. Fields hands it to Sermon. Sermon with a big opening. Sermon slashing his way upfield as he gets close to the 40-yard line.
Well, let's take a look at our moments of protection brought to you by Allstate. Get better protected with Allstate. You've never been in better hands. And it's been this defense forcing field goals. They got a sack of Justin Fields, force a field goal, then they get another sack, force a field goal again.
21-yard pickup. Fields over the middle, and Sermon takes his eyes off the football. Incomplete.
Talked about right off the get-go, Gus, about trust in this game. Who does Justin Fields trust on this offense? No Chris Olave. It's certainly been an issue. We've seen a couple of big catches from Julian Fleming. We've seen that man, Garrett Wilson, with a couple of big catches as well.
2nd and 10 at the 36. Fields runs it, gets upfield. Justin Fields breaks it to the sideline and goes down inside the 40. Who does he trust? He trusts himself.
I was just going to say he trusts himself. Watch his eyes go over to the right. He wants to throw that little bubble screen. Northwestern defended it perfectly, so he just takes the ball and decisively cuts upfield and is able to move the chains again. I think he's going to have to put more of his fingerprint on this game as it starts going on. It's very apparent that Ohio State's going to need number 1 to start to do it all.
A gain of 24. 1st and 10 at the 40. Fields. Looking. Lobs it. Incomplete. Sermon says he was held. No flag.
No, he wasn't upset with that. He was upset that the umpire was in his way. He was trying to get out to his right, and the umpire started running in front of him. The official, he was the only guy within 10 yards. Watch right here as Sermon's going to start to try to run to his right, and he's trying to get out there, and then the umpire just takes off that direction, and Sermon was confused, and he's jumping up and down saying, hey, man, quit defending me.
2nd and 10. 1:27 to go. Fields steps up in the pocket, goes for it all down the sideline. Incomplete, but a flag. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. A.J. Hampton covering.
Boy, they needed great protection there to get that ball all the way down the field, and they got it.
Pass interference. Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Here as Wilson's looking back, and then there's the contact, and he just kind of pushes him way out of bounds. Clear call for the official, and now Ohio State is set up again with the ball inside the 30-yard line. Remember, the name of this game has been so far that even when Ohio State has gotten themselves in position to score, Northwestern has held to field goals.
So that makes it 1st down and 10 at the Northwestern 25. For Ohio State, Fields play fake, looks backside, delivers, Fleming, and he's hit immediately. Incomplete. Cameron Mitchell, the redshirt freshman, reading and reacting.
Tell you what, reading is right. They were trying to roll Fields out to his right and then throw back to the left side, but Mitchell was having none of it, and there's no way that Fields could have seen that he was there. They're lucky that Mitchell didn't break even sooner and have a chance to pick that ball off.
2nd down and 10 at the 25. $1:12 to go in the 1st half. Sermon back in at running back. Here's Justin Fields. Sideline. Nice throw. And Garrett Wilson with the catch. See where they mark the football. About 12.
And a new set of downs here for Ohio State. You know, we've seen them run the football effectively so far today. Wondering if they go back to it here with Sermon and try to get a little run game going.
After the 11-yard gain for Wilson, 1st down at the 14. Fields all day to throw it. Drops it off. Wilson, nice move after the catch, and he's wrapped up inside the 10-yard line by Patty Fisher.
I thought that they just had a lot of time. They still have the 2 timeouts left here. So Ohio State trying to, again, kind of a methodical drive here, take all the time off the clock, but they've got to get it in the end zone. Cannot settle for a field goal here for the 3rd time in the 1st half.
2nd and 5 at the Northwestern 9. Justin Fields steps into his throw, end zone. Oh my goodness, is that an interception? Brandon Joseph with his 6th interception of the season leads the nation now, and you will never see a better pick than that. He snatched that out of the air with one hand.
What a player. Freshman of the year defensively in this conference, and you can tell why. Here's 16, man-to-man against Garrett Wilson. Wilson's trying to go to the corner, and look at that. Watch his back. One hand. Holy cow, Brandon Joseph, have a day. That's incredible. That is incredible. 3 possessions into the scoring area. Northwestern holds to 2 field goals, and now they get a pick. You could not have drawn up a better 1st half for Pat Fitzgerald and these Northwestern Wildcats. Brandon Joseph, 6 picks, Gus.
And more importantly, Northwestern turns Ohio State away. And that's the end of the 1st half. And how about this, America? We got a ball game Ohio State, Northwestern, Wildcats trying to take the Buckeyes into deep, deep water. Stay tuned for the Dr. Pepper tuition throw. This year, 2 students will compete to win $50,000 in tuition with a little help from the pros. You're not going to want to miss this. Brandon Joseph showing that he's a future pro. 6th interception of the season, leads America. Ohio State, Northwestern, Big Ten championship game. Halftime coming up right after this.
I'm a winner. Yeah. I'll sweat, I'll fight,
Welcome back to the Big Ten Championship game on Fox, presented by Discover. We're ready for the second half, and what a first half it was for Northwestern. The Wildcats leading it 10-6. Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt, my partner and partner. Wild first half for the Wildcats.
I mean, as good as it could possibly go for Northwestern. Let's take a look at our second half connection, brought to you by AT&T Business, keeping your business connected now with 5G nationwide. This was the touchdown run out of that Wildcat formation. Cam Porter, look at that great block by the tackle. He gets Haskell Garrett chopped down to the ground. Cam Porter cuts it right up north and south. And then it was the defense's turn. This was a great sack by Saunders that forced a field goal. They were able to do that even a second time in that half. Sack led to a field goal. And then the big play at the end of the half, the redshirt freshman Brandon Joseph going back behind his right shoulder, one-handed interception. I got to tell you, they get the ball to start the half. That locker room had to be absolutely jacked for Northwestern during the course of halftime, because they are 30 minutes away from their first conference title since 1995.
Kyrat McGowan is the deep man. Blake Hallbeal will kick it away, rather, to start the second half. How will Ohio State adjust is the question. We'll see starting right now. McGowan camps under it, and it's fair caught inside the 5. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
Well, Pat Fitzgerald had a message for his guys before the game. It was to avoid the knockout. And as we were walking together at the break, he told me, okay, Jenny, now we're at the back half of the fight. We need to continue to play our game, because Ohio State, when they're in this position, they're going to come swinging. They will have an answer. We need to play smarter football. An update, though, for the secondary guys. Greg Newsome is doubtful for Northwestern. And as for Ohio State, when I spoke with Coach Day, I asked him, were the guys stressed at the half? He said, we're not used to being in this position. We need to execute. No panic from Justin Fields. One play at a time here.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. First down and 10. Wildcat formation at first. Now Peyton Ramsey back at quarterback. He rolls out of the pocket and just throws it at the feet of his intended receiver. Jonathan Cooper with pressure.
This defense has to adjust right now, and it's been difficult because of the tempo. Coach talked about it at the halftime, but you got to give credit where credit's due in that first half. Peyton Ramsey, Gus, played outstanding football. He was 12 of 14 in that first half for 90 yards, was their leading rusher. He's been doing it all, but they have been in and out of this formation right here.
Cam Porter taking his time, and Cam Porter didn't get much. Tommy Togiai and Haskell Garrett combining.
Well, here's the first adjustment. Now Ohio State's going to go into a pure nickel set. When I say that, that means they bring an extra defensive back on the field and bring out of the game a linebacker. Now in the game for Ohio State, and Kerry Combs, Latham Ransom, a true freshman, number 12, is in the ball game for Ohio State. He's your extra safety in the game.
Third down and 9 at the 26. Ramsey lofts it up in the air. Oh, what a throw, and what a catch. Jockio Bowman, but Peyton Ramsey put it in the perfect spot.
Ramsey's playing the game of his life right now. This is an absolutely perfect throw. Look at that. All right, on time in the perfect spot. Jockio Bowman doesn't break stride at all. Sevyn Banks doesn't really have a chance. And here we go, Gus, right back into the tempo offense.
A gain of 31, first down. Ramsey rolling over the middle, and it's caught. John Rain, another first down, Northwestern.
This is the perfect style of game plan because everything is moving for them. They're motioning on every play. They're shifting. You've got the quarterback going out to wide receiver. They're in the wildcat. Then the next play, they're going to fake a run play, boot the quarterback outside. Lots to look at right now for Ohio State, and they're doing it with that great tempo as well.
First down and 10 at the 31, and they'll hand it off. McGowan around the corner. Will dive forward, but it's what I'm seeing, Joel, and correct me if I'm wrong, this Northwestern team offensively is keeping Ohio State off balance with all the different kind of formations and different kind of plays they're called.
There's no doubt, and remember, this is somewhat of a shorthanded team. All those players unavailable for Ohio State, and I think that tempo is taking a toll on their lack of depth right now.
Second down and 6, Porter, and he'll be tackled at the line of scrimmage by Haskell Garrett.
I think that from a game plan perspective, it's been brilliant, but at a certain game, time and point in the game, you're going to have these big third downs. And here, even on a third and longer, they're going to go to the wildcat set.
Here's a wildcat with Porter running to the near side. Porter breaks it back, first down, Northwestern. Wow.
We're talking about the confusion. Look at Ohio State. They don't know where to go. Guys are running all over the place. They're not set. They snap the ball and out-leverage them to the short side of the field. Porter with a good run. He's able to get the edge, convert, and boy, held onto the football as it was starting to pop loose.
Gain 16. Ramsey keeps it. And Ramsey will be dropped for a loss of about a half yard.
You know what's so fascinating? You look at this Ohio State team, and if they don't give up big plays, they almost never give up even any scores during the course of the year. Kerry Combs knows that, and that Jockio Bowman big play over 7 Banks, that's what jump-started this series. Ryan Day knows it. This defense is built to stop the big play, but they haven't been able to do that. Every one of these scoring drives for Northwestern has had a big play in it.
Ramsey quarterback draw with running room. Ramsey, and he'll be muscled down at the 10-yard line by Josh Proctor.
Well, for all of that, right, this great series, it always comes down to, can you force field goals in the red zone? This defense has done a nice job of that during the course of the year. Pat Fitzgerald knows he cannot trade field goals for touchdowns. Let's see what they do here.
Third down and 8. Pat Ramsey in the end zone and intercepted. Justin Hilliard went up high and brought it down.
The first mistake for Peyton Ramsey. He's trying to throw to his tight end on a matchup. This is a linebacker, folks. Justin Hilliard, great coverage. Gets his eyes back to the ball. Goes up, snatches it out of the air, and the Buckeyes answer a big play with a big play and turn it over.
The Big Ten Championship on Fox is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. The Big Ten season awards were handed out this week, and the big winner was, of course, Justin Fields, who was named Offensive Player of the Year and Quarterback of the Year. But right now, his team needs to find a way as Sermon gets upfield, taken down by Blake Gallagher and J.R. Pace. But it's a gain of 13 yards.
They need more run game. Fields is only 9 of 20. The run game's averaging it for almost 6 a pop.
Sermon again running left. And Sermon fighting, and Sermon first down. So here's a question, partner. Ryan Day loves to throw the football around. Is that his nature, to throw it? Can he make the adjustment and pound this Northwestern team like they did on the first series of the game?
I think that they can. Remember, they're averaging over their last couple of games over 300 yards on the ground.
Fields rolls out. And intercepted! Wow! Cameron Mitchell. And Ohio State turns it over again.
And this is a miscommunication. This is the effect of not having Chris Olave on the field right here. This is a play that they've run hundreds of times in the games that we've done, Gus. It's just a soft rollout from Fields, and Olave is always that strong side wide receiver, and it's just an out route. He throws it over there. Olave usually one-foots it right in the bounds. I don't know what Jamison Williams is doing there. He turns upfield as if the ball's not coming to him, and an excellent play by Cameron Mitchell, another one of these young players, and Ryan Day has to be beside himself. That's not a play that he would ever think in a million years would turn out to be an interception. There's the conversation between the veteran Fields and the young Jamison Williams, who makes the mistake on the outside.
2 interceptions now for Fields. Wildcat formation, 1st and 10 at the 49. Porter. And Porter this time he's dragged down behind the line of scrimmage by Justin Hilliard.
Well, this is the time, if you're an offense, this is the time that I would take a shot. You know, we've seen some big plays for Northwestern. We know that's the Achilles heel for Ohio State. Try to find your matchup and take a shot down the field.
2nd down and 11. Let's see if they look for Jockey-O Bowman, number 81. He's dangerous. Ramsey off his back foot and out of bounds.
Trying to get that ball out of his hand quickly, but Seven Banks, the corner, sat. He squatted on that route. Ramsey knew that he couldn't throw it and just had to kind of burn it before he took a sack. And now the Buckeyes are in the position they'd love to be in. 3rd and long. I'm interested to see, partner, if they can get Harrison loose here, the pass rusher on the far side. We'll see if he can present some pressure.
3rd and 11. Ramsey in trouble and sack. Borland finally gets to him. But Zach Harrison was in the backfield first.
How about Tommy Togiai as well? Watch this one. He's going to work against the guard, and he's just going to beat Nick Urban, probably one of the better offensive linemen Northwestern has, and then Harrison's there to clean it up with Borland and company for the Buckeyes, and a sudden change stop for Ohio State. Much needed. After that interception, the defense goes right back onto the field and forces a punt.
Garrett Wilson back deep as Derek Adams punts it away from the 26.
Looks like they're coming after it.
They back off. Wilson camping under it. Lets it go over his head. And will be down deep in Ohio State territory and around the 6. 10-6 the score. Northwestern holding on to the lead. Ohio State confused. Want to stay up to date? Just tell Siri, show me college football rankings. And before the game, Patty Fisher addressed his Northwestern teammates.
If we execute, if we play hard, if we do the things that we've been coached to do since we've been here, I promise you we'll walk out of here victorious. Yes, sir. I promise you we'll walk out of here victorious. Yes, sir. Big Ten champs on 3, 1, 2, 3. Big Ten champs.
And there's Patty and his Wildcats doing a fine job so far, 10-6. Leading Ohio State. Here's Sermon! Sermon! Sermon breaks it outside, stiff arms, and goes down at the 25. Run the ball!
Number 8 is starting to show the type of back that he can be. Missed tackle right there in the hole, and then he was gone. Look at me, shot out of a cannon right down the middle of the field, turns on the Jets. How about number 1, by the way? Justin Fields did this against Michigan State, went all the way down the field and got a block, and he almost got one again there.
Will Ryan Day stick with the run? It's been so successful for Ohio State today. 133 yards rushing. Here's the option. Fields, another good gain as he goes down hard. Well, let's have, he's okay as he gets up slowly.
Well, that's always the danger with Fields. He's such an aggressive runner. I mean, remember, he is not a small guy. 6'3", 230 pounds, and a beautiful option there. That play's really designed to get pitched outside, but if the pitch key, the defensive end, runs outside and covers the running back, then Fields has to take it. He's able to get up there for a 2nd and short.
He gained 8 yards. Prior to that, Sermon gained 65. He had a 64-yard run against Michigan State in their last game. Here's Fields to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Wilson. Cameron Mitchell covering.
I tell you, Cameron Mitchell has had a heck of a game so far, right? He's had the pick. And remember, he's in, as Jenny has told us, Greg Newsome, their best corner. Really good first-team All-Big Ten corners out of this game. And Cameron Mitchell has been thrown into the fire. He's just a redshirt freshman, but he's already got the pick. And there's Newsome rooting his teammate on. It's one of the reasons why they're having success is that Mitchell has had success so far here in his replacement mold.
3rd down and 2. Sermon in the backfield. He's starting to really get hot. Will they continue to keep his hands full is the question.
Play a game. Offense.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Wow, that is an enormous mistake. There's got to be at least 3, but even probably even more sets of eyes on the play clock. As a quarterback, you've got to keep your eyes on the play clock. Ryan Day needs his eyes on the play clock. They need more offensive coaches out there, and it should be noted, by the way, one of those offensive coaches, Brian Hartline, the wide receiver coach, is not available today because of contact tracing. Remember all the COVID issues that they've had, so they are down some assistant coaches right now.
So instead of 3rd and 2, they're facing 3rd and 7 at the 25-yard line. Fields drops it off, deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And that brings up 4th down.
How about Adetomiwa Adebawore? He's having quite a day as well. He's working against Wyatt Davis. Can't get there, gets his hand up, and as they're trying to dump it to Sermon, Adebawore is able to bat it down. And what do again? A successful offensive drive, marches down the field, and they've got to settle for a field goal.
Haubeil, good from 41 and 43 yards today. This one from 42. And he hooked it. No good. Ohio State comes up empty. Northwestern turns the Buckeyes away to keep the 10-6 lead. 7:27 to go in the 3rd. Back to Naptown after this. And don't forget, you can find all of Joel's Breaking the Huddle content, including his weekly top 10 rankings at foxsports.com, the Fox Sports app, and CFB on the Fox social platform. A lot to talk about this week, partner.
We're going to get those playoff teams tomorrow. We'll be reacting to that. The question now is, can Ohio State come back in this ball game and put themselves in that playoff?
1st down and 10 at the 25. Play fake. Ramsey. Sideline. And incomplete. Jaquil Bowman, the intended receiver. Time now for a game break, sponsored by Discover.
Joel, you said it. If Ohio State can't rally, 5th-ranked Texas A&M appears to be the biggest benefactor. 3rd quarter, Kellen Mond picked off at the end zone by Alontae Taylor. Nice return. Falls down 11, just about ready to start the 4th quarter in Knoxville.
All right, thank you very much. 2nd and 10 of the 25 for Peyton Ramsey and the Wildcats. Here's Ramsey, drops it off in the flats. John Rain breaking tackles, picks up a 1st down, hops forward. What a gain. Tough Borland finally stops him.
Boy, he's come alive here in the 2nd half, hasn't he? John Rain, he's another one of these transfers. We've talked about Ramsey being a graduate transfer. Well, John Rain was a graduate transfer as well. He comes in and has really developed well. A good split tight end for them.
Rain, 4 catches, 35 yards. Gain 20 there. Ramsey sprints out of the pocket, squares, and incomplete. Cam Porter, the intended receiver.
It's going to be a flag down. Tyreek Smith, number 11, dragged Ramsey down late, well after he threw the ball. So this one is going to move the ball across the 50 and set Northwestern up for a 1st down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
here's the end of the play, and Ramsey clearly burns it. Tyreek Smith, he goes in there and drags him all the way down to the turf, and that flag came out. And so now Northwestern is set up across the 50, and now you're starting to get into that territory where you're trying to increase your lead. We've seen Northwestern stall out. Ohio State has done a nice job against Pat Fitzgerald's offense of getting off the field after a turnover. We've seen that earlier in the half, but here they got a first down at the 40.
Ramsey. And Ramsey looks like he was horse collared, and that's a flag on the play.
Jonathan Cooper chasing him down.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 0, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it applies not only if he's just on the back, but on the side as well. And there he kind of drags him down, maybe outside of that opening, but
looks like he grabbed his shoulder.
It sure did. I think that was a close one there. Any opening up top, you know, they're going to call that, and they're going to err, Gus, on the side of making the call rather than not making the call.
So a first down at the 25. And Porter, here's Lees, and Lees will go nowhere. Great job by Justin Hilliard. And that's a big loss for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Hilliard has had a heck of a game. He's starting in place of Baron Browning, who is not available in this game for the Buckeyes. Remember, Hilliard had that interception in the end zone earlier today, and now a big play, putting Northwestern way behind the chains.
Second down and 19 as Fields watches. Under 6 minutes of play in the third. Peyton Ramsey over the middle, caught, and it's Jockio Bowman, and he's wrapped up quickly.
Now you've got a third and long situation, and with their kicking situation, you'd feel a lot more comfortable if you could get a couple more yards. Right now it would be about a 45-yarder. Remember, we saw a 42-yarder. It just crept over the crossbar earlier, so they need a little positive yardage. What they cannot take right now is a sack of Peyton Ramsey.
Third down and 13 at the 28. Empty backfield for Ramsey, out of the gun. Ramsey over to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Jockio Bowman. And that brings up fourth down and long.
Oh, I tell you what, Northwestern missed an opportunity here. Look at this. There are no linebackers. And as Ramsey, he could have just taken off on a little quarterback draw, and that would be easy pickings for a first down. When you see an empty backfield, no running backs and no linebackers, my immediate reaction is always quarterback draw. It would have been wide open right there.
So Charlie Kerbander comes in to attempt a field goal. He had a 47-yarder the last time he tried. And that was a career long. This one from 46, and he pushes it wide right. No good. So the score remains 10-6, deep in the third quarter of the Big Ten championship game.
Built for Success is presented by Rocket Mortgage. For a personalized playbook on home loans, Rocket can. And this defense has been built for success today. 4 drives inside the 30 for Ohio State. Northwestern has held them to 2 field goals. They got that interception before the half. And then Blake Hobbill missed a field goal.
First down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Sermon breaking tackles at the line of scrimmage. They'll gain about 4 yards on the play. Blake Gallagher with the tackle.
I tell you, this passing game is struggling so much. I would fully anticipate a ton of Trey Sermon here. Justin Fields is only 4 of his last 17 in this game, Gus.
Second down and 6. Fields again handing it to Sermon. Sermon with space as he submarines down close to the first down marker. Probably a half yard shy of the first down.
And more importantly, that offensive line is getting really good push, establishing the line of scrimmage, and even here on 3rd and short, I expect some Trey Sermon straight ahead.
Ohio State with 200 yards rushing. Sermon straight ahead, first down. And look at the numbers Sermon is putting up. 12 carries, 159 yards rushing. He's averaging 13.3 yards per carry. First down at the 43. Sermon ran for over 200 yards versus Texas Tech for Oklahoma a few years ago.
Gosh, this looks like it's a run on that right side.
He runs actually left with space. Sermon again. Sermon, burst of speed down inside the Northwestern 25. Chris Bergen with the saving tackle.
Well, look at this great block right here. You're going to get out of the tight end. Terrific job coming across Luke Farrell. Bang, and he's the one that seals that edge. Sermon then cuts it back, and he's able to get loose again right down the middle of the field. This guy has been outstanding today. Best player on the field is number 8 for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
14 carries, 198 yards after the 33-yard gain. Mylan Williams in at running back. Fields tucks it and goes down inside the 20. Ernest Brown with the stop.
And again, we have not seen a pass on this series. I don't know if we will see one. If I'm Ryan Day right now, I would force them to force me to call a pass. I'm not throwing a pass with Fields unless it's 3rd and long.
2nd and 5. Another run. Williams. First down, Ohio State. As Williams gets to the 10, Patty Fisher with the tackle.
That offensive line is eating them up front, and Mayan Williams comes in, very talented, big, true freshman, 5'8", not big in terms of height, but 227, and he finished that one with a physical run. That's Jake Saunders on the field. We'll be right back.
10-6 Northwestern, but Ohio State now knocking on the door, facing a 1st and goal at the 9 as Jake Saunders walks off the field on his own. Trey Sermon, 197 yards rushing. The deep man, they give it to him. He breaks it back. Trey Sermon, touchdown, Ohio State. Run, and they ran some more.
This is that same play that they ran for a big long gain earlier in this series. It's just kind of a split zone, Gus, where they bring the tight end across, and what that does is it's holding the backside linebacker. Watch right here as this backside linebacker gets held by that tight end movement, and then if you get to the 2nd level, which they do, Harry Miller was able to block the linebacker, and the cutback is there for the touchdown.
Trey Sermon ties his career high of 206 yards rushing, set versus Texas Tech in 2018. More importantly, Ryan Day's team takes the lead. They use the running game. Very effective. Bucks up. Trey Sermon, honorable mention, all Big Ten. I tell you, if he would have played like this during the regular season, he'd have been a first teamer. Look at the numbers, 206 yards on the ground for the man. And this is a touchback. Christmas Day is an NFL special as the Vikings take on the Saints. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern on Fox. Also available on NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video.
Those Saints look like they're going to get Drew Brees back. Returns from how many ribs did he?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
It felt like that injury report was like Drew Brees, rib injury, all of the ribs.
All of his ribs. Right now, Peyton Ramsey will start from his own 25. Here's Ramsey to throw it on 1st down over the middle. Caught. Jockio Bowman. At the 30-yard line, Marcus Williamson with the tackle.
I think you're going to start seeing some soft zone from Ohio State. All they have to do is keep the ball in front of them. If they don't give up big plays and they just allow that front 7 to play ball, essentially, they are really hard to score on and drive the length of the field.
2nd and 5. Ramsey again to throw it. Breaks a tackle. Ramsey trying to get out of dodge. football. Josh Proctor held on to that one.
He had a chance earlier and wasn't able to come up with it. This was an excellent read. Watch as Proctor's coming up from his free safety spot, number 41. And as Ramsey's trying to get the ball over there to McGowan, Proctor steps in front, gets the foot down and a second. And it's first down, Buckeyes going the other direction. What a play from Proctor, and the recognition of what was going on, stepped in front of it. And they said, let's get our helmets, boys. It's hard hat time. Let's go to work. What do you suspect? We see a little Trey Sermon here, partner.
Ohio State takes over 1st and 10 at the 41. And Northwestern ready that time. Ernest Brown. We've been calling his name all day long.
Such a good player. Honorable mention, all Big Ten. He's a senior. It's been a huge part of that stout run defense that has given up far too many yards so far here today.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Play fake. Fields looking. Fields drops it off to Sermon over the middle. And he'll be whacked down at the 40-yard line by Blake Gallagher.
Well,
gain of 4.
And this is exactly what they want. Remember earlier I was talking about the MO for Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern. If he can get the opposition behind the chains in an obvious down situation, he loves to rush only 3 or 4 and then drop people in coverage, force the quarterback to hold the football.
Play fake. Fields looking. Fields for all of it. Incomplete. Eric Wilson, the target. Good coverage by J.R. Pace. And what Garrett Wilson is learning is when he is the primary receiver, no Chris Olave, much harder for him.
Yeah, well, they're getting some coverage, rolled his direction. The safety over the top. And Northwestern does a nice job there. The sudden change. They turned it over on offense, and the defense came right out and got a stop. Excellent job.
Zach Hoover will punt it from his own 47. Riley Lee's inside his own 10 waits. Lets it go over his head, and Ohio State will down it at the 5.
Wow. How about Hoover stepping in for Chrisman? Just a couple of punts inside the 10-yard line. Let's take a look at our game summary sponsored by Coors Light. And it's been really a game of missed opportunities, Gus, on both sides. You know, obviously Sermon has gotten loose here in the run game, but Peyton Ramsey has been very good outside of that interception on the last series. He's thrown 2 today. The defense for Northwestern, 3 sacks, a couple of picks. Fields has not been himself, 10 of 25. The story is really Trey Sermon. He has established himself now as the primary back for Ohio State, and he's going to need to have a big here into 3rd and 4th quarter for the Buckeyes to take home another Big Ten title.
From the 5, Porter. Cam Porter gets it up the field. Tough Borland with the tackle.
Early in the game, they established that run, and they were able to run successfully on 1st down in particular, and that's what got their series started. There's a nice 1st down run.
After an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ramsey guns it over the middle, and it's a 1st down. Jockey Bowman got across the field and picked up 12 yards.
Boy, I love it when a quarterback comes out and just displays that short memory, right? I mean, he throws a pick on the last series, and Ramsey comes right back out. That was a little read, kind of an RPO run, action pass, and then he threw a strike over the middle.
Now Wildcat. Porter orchestrating. And they shift Peyton Ramsey under center. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. How about this, folks? We head into the 4th quarter, the Big Ten championship game. So much on the line. Ohio State up by only 3. Welcome back to the Big Ten Championship game on Fox, presented by Discover. We start the fourth quarter with our score. Ohio State 13, Northwestern 10. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. And he'll hand it off straight ahead to Porter. And Porter roughed up by Pete Werner.
Boy, if you were to ask Pat Fitzgerald and these Northwestern Wildcats on Wednesday, hey, would you take a 3-point game in the fourth quarter? They would say, yes. Give us a tight ball game late. That's where we live. They are used to this. This is what they wanted it to be.
2nd and 6. And it's Ramsey with the quarterback run, lost it. And it's recovered by Ohio State. Hilliard, Johnny on the spot.
I mean, it's wide open there for the run, and Ramsey, who has been a good runner for them, just has that ball come loose right before that knee hits. Pete Werner with the hit. Hilliard there. He's able to corral it, and Kerry Combs' defense coming up with huge turnovers here and stops in the second half of this Big Ten championship.
Third turnover for Northwestern. 2 interceptions and 1 fumble now. Ohio State takes over at the Northwestern 40. Trey Sermon. Out of bounds inside the 15. What a game this man is having.
And that offensive line is just absolutely tearing them up front. Check this out again as that split zone tight end goes backside. Sermon this time stays on the front side. Huge hole, and he's able to get loose in the secondary. I tell you what, you're talking about finding your groove.
From Marietta, Georgia, Sermon again. Why did Sermon leave Oklahoma, in your opinion?
Well, if you remember, they had, and I'm blanking on his name right now, but they had their returning starting running back that was coming back, and then he opted out late. So Trey transferred outside of that. They had Ramadre Stevenson still there, who ended up being suspended. So he was stuck a little bit at Oklahoma. And as Oklahoma lost backs after he transferred, he was going to be here to fight things out with Trey Sermon. And now here he is in the biggest moment for the Buckeyes, and he has established a new Big Ten championship game record for rushing yards.
2nd down and 11. Fields dropping back. Now wants to run. Fields. Ball fake. And goes out of bounds at the 5. What a crash. J.R. Pace tried to put it on him. And Fields, with that 6'3", 230-pound frame, took a licking.
Man, that was a huge collision with Pace, the safety.
You're not old enough to remember the Timex watch commercial, do you?
I don't remember that one.
Take a licking and keep on ticking. That's what a Timex used to do.
On ticking.
3rd down and 4 at the 6. Ohio State can smell it. Here's Fields in trouble. Fields throws. Sermon. And dropped for a loss. Well done again by A.J. Hampton. A.J. Hampton has been wonderful today.
And again, this defense just bows their neck at the right time. And they're going to force another field goal. It's been incredible. Every time they're down here, they find a way, Gus, to make a play. Mike Hankiewicz's defense has continued to do this all day long, keeping their team in the ball game. And again, Halbeal will be on for a field goal attempt.
This field goal from 26 yards away. He's 2 for 3. Missed his last one. And he doesn't miss this one. 16-10. 12:07 to go in the fourth quarter of the Big Ten Championship. The Big Ten Championship on Fox is presented by Discover. We treat you like you'd treat you. And is sponsored by AT&T Business. Our people and network will help keep you connected. Let's take care of business. And today's aerial coverage is sponsored by Discover. Lucas Oil Stadium, the house that Peyton Manning built. during his glorious days with the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm sure Peyton is probably sitting around watching this game somewhere, and he's seeing a doozy. Ohio State and Northwestern, 6-point affair with 12:07 to go.
I don't know if he'd like all these defensive plays that are being made. Omaha.
Haubeil kicks it off. McGowan is the deep man, and this one out of the end zone for a touchback. Pat Fitzgerald addressed his team prior to the start of the fourth quarter.
I'm going to tell you this summer, when everything got shut down and you had 15 minutes to be a champion, take it. You got 15 minutes. It's your time to go take it. You guys with me?
Who wouldn't want to play for this man?
And he's exactly right. He's exactly right. You'd absolutely take this situation 100 times out of 100.
First down, caught at the 30-yard line by Kyrick McGowan in front of 7 Banks.
What it's going to take, though, is them getting back into what was successful for them early. Their last 9 possessions, they've only had 3 points. This defense for Ohio State has gotten their footing, so they need to get back into the tempo, into the motion, back in between Wildcat and regular sets.
2nd and 4. And Porter goes nowhere this time. Pete Werner, as well as Tommy Togiai, combining.
And what Ohio State has done an excellent job of is they've stopped that run on 1st and 2nd down, gotten to these 3rd downs. Overall today, Ohio State very good defensively. Northwestern has only converted 6 3rd downs, and they've gotten to the quarterback here in the second half.
Empty backfield for Ramsey. On 3rd and 4, Ramsey sideline, 1st down, nicely done. As Jockio Bowman corralled it and picks up the 1st.
Well, this game is going to come down to Peyton Ramsey. He was brilliant early. He has suffered some turnovers here through the middle part of the game, and if they're going to come back and win, it will be because number 12 is brilliant late.
8-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 39. Ramsey again with the throw. Jockio Bowman again with the catch, and it's a 1st down at the 46.
And again, the anticipation, Gus, he's able to get rid of that ball as the rush is bearing down on him, and that curl route has been like a 15, 16-yard curl. That's been open most of the day for Northwestern, and when they've been able to protect the passer, Ramsey has been able to complete it. I think that ball might have even gotten tipped at the line and still got there. Looks like Haskell Garrett, yeah, definitely got a finger on it, still was able to complete it down the field.
The Big Ten Championship on Fox is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator. Grab one today. We got you. Welcome back to Indianapolis. 3 in a row for Ohio State. Can they make it 4? 10:42 to go in the 4th, up by 6. Northwestern, though, with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 46. Here's the handoff. McGowan lined up in the backfield that time. And Jonathan Cooper there defensively for Ohio State.
Remember now, Ohio State, they're without Tyler Friday, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, Tyreek Smith just left the game. That means Jonathan Cooper and Zach Harrison are going to have to be on the field, and there's not a lot of depth behind them. I think Northwestern needs to get back into the tempo and tire out this Buckeye defense here late.
2nd down and 7. Bowser. Not a lot. Haskell Garrett crashes into him. A 1-yard gain makes it 3rd and 6 at the Buckeye 42. Is this 2-down territory if they don't get it?
Well, maybe not from this distance, but yes. I mean, Pat Fitzgerald loves going forward on 4th down, but on 3rd downs, Jockio Bowman, he's been the guy for them on 3rd down.
3rd and 6 at the 42. Ramsey steps up in the pocket and tripped and goes down. Haskell Garrett again.
He comes up, and it looks like he tripped as he was trying to exit the pocket. Right here, he gets caught up with his offensive lineman. That's Ethan Weiderker, and he goes down as Garrett was trying to chase him down. And now Northwestern's going to have to punt as they lose yardage.
Derek Adams will send it away from the 41. Garrett Wilson is the deep man inside his own 10. And this one bounces into the end zone for a touchback. 8:49 to go in the fourth. Ohio State will get the ball with the lead. And folks, we'd like to recognize and thank all the members of Big Ten's Emerging Infectious Diseases Task Force, Return to Competition Medical Subcommittee, and all the medical personnel that enabled us to get this Big Ten championship in during this trying 2020 season.
The ball was not marked ready for play yet. Still first down.
So Justin Fields and the Buckeyes will have a first down at their own 20 with 8:49 to go in the fourth. Trey Sermon running it, breaking it back, and he'll cross the 25 to the 26. Chris Bergen with the tackle. Let's check in with Jenny.
Got something to keep an eye on. Justin Fields has had his right wrist, really his right thumb specifically, taped. Now, at first I wasn't too concerned about his body language, but it must be bothering enough to go up, talk to Coach Day about it, tell him he's in a little bit of pain. He tried to keep loose on the sideline, but right now it is obviously not working in the air. They're going to try to keep it going on the ground.
And they run Sermon again. Trey Sermon cuts it and goes down at midfield. Chris Bergen with the tackle. What a game for Trey Sermon.
Keep in mind, folks, they're doing this against the 6th best rushing defense in America in Northwestern. They had only been giving up 95 yards a game on the ground, and Sermon has just ripped them apart. Now 261 on the ground, and with Fields struggling potentially with that wrist, it's going to be more of number 8 here to try to close this thing out.
First down after the 25-yard gain by Trey Sermon. Fields whips it to the near side, and Wilson with the catch.
That is a long throw and an excellent catch by Wilson. He's got a layout, and he still is able to get control and that left foot down while he goes to the ground. And there's Fields behind the play looking at his wrist. I can't imagine trying to throw with a wrapping around the thumb. That would feel very awkward. It would disrupt the feel of the football in the hand. Again, a lot of Trey Sermon. They'll mix a pass here or there. That was the only second completion in the second half for Fields.
Sermon again. Right now Northwestern just can't stop him.
No, they can't. That offensive line is doing such a great job up front for Sermon. And keep in mind, this offensive line, all 5 of these offensive linemen were either first, second, or third team all Big Ten. First teamer Thayer Mumford, that left tackle Wyatt Davis, of course, last year an All-American. First team again, offensive lineman of the year here in the Big Ten. And they are eating here in this second half, aren't they?
Yes, they are. 2nd and 5 at the 32. Look at the clock. It continues to move. The pitch, Sermon now. And another first down, Trey Sermon.
You know, I need to include those tight ends in there as well, because they've been blocking really well.
Farrell, Ruckert.
These are good athletic guys. Remember, Ruckert had that one-handed catch last year in this game, but these guys have been absolutely outstanding. 88, 89. Even Jake Hausman has gotten in there 81 a bit in 3 tight end sets. But in a year in which they haven't used the tight end a ton in the passing game, these guys have been excellent in run blocking and have been so here in the second half.
1st and 10 at the 24. Fields spins. Nice move. And Justin Fields almost dropped for a loss, but he uses athleticism. Chris Bergen stops him.
Well, with the way Ohio State's defense is playing, Gus, now 5:45 in the fourth, a touchdown might do it. And Pat Fitzgerald knows that. They have to force a field goal here and keep this kind of in sight where it's just a narrow 2-possession game. But a methodical drive here with a touchdown might end it.
2nd down and 6. Sermon. Another 1st down. Sermon still running. Sermon tripped up from behind, but another big gain. Cameron Mitchell with the tackle, but it's a 13-yard pickup.
And again, what we're seeing is the vision from Sermon. He's able to get inside, then cut back, and then the strength to break tackles, stay on his feet, protect the football, and get down the field. What a performance. He is closing in on a 300-yard day here in the Big Ten championship game, and they desperately needed this. Remember, Olave out. Gus, this passing game hadn't been close to what they've been in the past. They desperately needed this performance from Sermon.
1st down and goal at the 8. Sermon again. And he'll go down inside the 5, around the 3. Remember, for Ohio State, the most rushing yards in their history is Eddie George with 314. And right now, Sermon, 24 carries, 292 yards.
Basically, Eddie's just glad they're not on the 40-yard line right now and that the end zone might stop this drive for Trey Sermon. Right, Eddie? We might keep you up here, but only because there's a goal line. This ball's going to number 8, folks. This offensive line has done a heck of a job.
2nd down and goal at the 3. Here's the pitch. Sermon to the corner. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Not much this Northwestern team can do. When the offensive line is winning and establishing this type of dominance up front, they've got to commit. They've got to commit the resources right away, and they do so, and then they just pitch it out. Great blocking on the outside. Again, a tight end block. Wide receiver on the outside. There's the true freshman Julian Fleming getting a block on the outside, and Sermon easily steps into the blue paint for a touchdown for the Buckeyes.
What a day for Trey Sermon. 25 carries. 295 yards.
Go for 2 here. Watch Garrett Wilson coming to the corner.
Fields drops it off in the end zone, incomplete. Wilson, the intended receiver. 22-10. Our score, Ohio State with the lead. 4:03 to play in the 4th of the 2020 Big Ten Championship. Coming up next is the BMW Ultimate Update. Got to talk about this game. Trey Sermon.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. 235 in the 2nd half alone. And big runs, too, just ripping them off.
McGowan deep. They'll start from the 2. And crosses the 15 up to the 18-yard line. And let's take a look at Trey Sermon's highlights today.
Well, they were dominant on the ground today. Big holes opened up by the offensive line, and you got to credit Trey Sermon because he had the vision and the burst. You know, this is a guy that we saw a couple of years ago at OU. I thought he was their best back at the time, Gus, and he, ends up getting lost in the shuffle, comes over to Ohio State as a grad transfer, and he bided his time. Master Teague was the bell cow for them for the majority of the season, and then here in the biggest moments, he had a great game against Michigan State, and then here today when they needed it desperately, he has been absolutely sensational.
1st down from the 19. Ramsey escapes the pressure and just whizzes it out of bounds.
Well, it's about one thing and one thing only now for this Ohio State defense, and that is no big plays. Again, it's astounding the numbers on this. They've faced over 50 drives this year as a defense where they don't give up a 20-yard play or more. They have not given up a score on any of those drives. The big play is the only thing that will hurt them here.
2nd and 10. They'll drop it off to Lees. Nice move. And Riley Lees gets to the 26. Marcus Williamson with the stop.
And there's not a lot of substitutes for this defense. I know that they're going to be fatigued, but they got to force Northwestern to just snap this ball 10, 11, 12, 13 times and take a bunch of time to go down and score.
Ramsey off his back foot, incomplete. Jockey Bowman, the target. 7 Banks in coverage for Ohio State.
Well, here's your ball game effectively with the way Ohio State has run it as we take a look at the coverage from 7 Banks. Beautiful coverage. I mean, he wasn't forced deep at all. He was sitting on that route, knew that they were going to hook up and try to throw that curl, and now a 4th down opportunity. Got to get some pass rush if you're Ryan Day in Ohio State, and those defensive backs, no biting on double moves.
4th down and 3. Ramsey, sideline caught, and a 1st down. McGowan ran a nice route. Ramsey put it on him in front of Sean Wade.
And it's not the worst thing in the world. I know if you're Ohio State, you're like, oh, we gave up a conversion. We could have basically ended it there. But the last thing you want to do is see like an out and up, Gus, and Ramsey pump that ball and then get a big play over the top. So Wade does the right thing and keeps that ball in front of him.
Peyton Ramsey. And incomplete. Jockey Bowman, the intended receiver. Banks there again in coverage for the Bucks.
Basically, it comes down to Proctor. He was in beautiful position right there on that last play, the free safety for Ohio State. This was his first start at free safety for them this year. Marcus Hooker, unavailable, who started the majority of the season. They wanted to make this move before Proctor was one of the COVID casualties, if you will, last week. So now this is his first start. He's just got to stay deeper than the deepest.
2nd and 10. Ramsey shuffling, finds Cam Porter. Porter short of the 1st down. Lathan Ransom defensively for Ohio State.
This is a great job by this defense, and I know Northwestern is moving the ball a little bit, but they're having to do it in small chunks, taking up a lot of time here in a 2-score game.
Gain of 6 on the last play, 3rd and 4. Ramsey throws that one high and incomplete. And that brings up 4th and 4.
And again, the only thing that Kerry Combs needs to be telling his defenders right now is do not bite on a short route. Even though it's 4th and 4, giving up a 1st down is way better than giving up a quick touchdown. These corners have got to hold their water and not bite on a double move.
4th down and 4. Peyton Ramsey needs to make a play over the middle, caught and incomplete. Rain had that one knocked out of his hands by Lathan Ransom. And Northwestern will turn it over on downs with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense played a sensational game after really the first couple of series. And here's Ransom, just a true freshman. He had made 1 tackle on the season, and here in the biggest moment of their year on a 4th down, he comes up and makes the hit on John Rain that forces the ball out, and the Buckeyes are going to take home their 4th straight Big Ten championship. Boy, this defense undermanned today, and Kerry Combs' group, Gus, they played great football the last 10, 12 possessions, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And Trey Sermon, the catalyst on offense, closing in on Eddie George's record of 314 yards rushing. Sermon leans forward. Blake Gallagher with the tackle. So Ohio State in the 10th Big Ten championship, 10 years. The Buckeyes are 2 minutes and 6 seconds away from winning their 4th in a row.
And 5th overall.
Sermon with 302 yards rushing. He needs 314 to tie the legendary Eddie George. They'll give it to him. Sermon, 1st down, still running. Sermon breaks it outside. He's got the record, and it. A man that left Norman for a different kind of opportunity. He wanted to eat. Big meals in Columbus. He now has 325 yards rushing. And that is the all-time single-game mark in the history of Ohio State football. Unbelievable. And he does it in the biggest game of the year, the Big Ten Championship.
Man, what a performance from Trey Sermon. And a journey to get here. He transfers to Ohio State, not knowing that they would eventually basically cancel the season. You had to imagine he's thinking to himself, what in the world did I do? And then they get back onto the field. It takes him a while to earn this spot where he is the featured back and rewarded with just a monster day here on the biggest stage.
Second down and goal at the 3. Trey Sermon. And Northwestern turns him back.
Well, and if Pat Fitzgerald is not going to take his timeouts, which he's certainly not going to.
Northwestern fought him hard, though, partner.
Yeah,
they fought and gave everything they had.
That's going to do it. They don't have to snap the football again. Boy, what a performance for Northwestern. A few too many turnovers. They showed a lot of grit. They were in it late. 3-point game in the 4th quarter, but ultimately it was that offensive line, the running back Trey Sermon and Ryan Day.
I love what Coach Day did. He made the adjustment and just focused on the run in this game, and it turned out to be the difference.
What a wild one. 10 of them, partner. Well done.
Thank you very much. Trey Sermon, 29 carries, 331 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns with a long of 65. His longest run of the day, 65 yards. The all-time best rushing performance in Buckeye history. So, folks, we saw history today from this young man. Peyton Ramsey on the other sideline for Northwestern should be very proud of what he's done in his career, starting at Indiana, here at Northwestern. He's had a very, very good college football career. So I know last year, or maybe it was a couple of years ago, Joel Klatt didn't know who the MVP was going to be. It turned out to be J.K. Dobbins. So I think we know who it's going to be this year, Trey Sermon. And let's go downstairs where Jenny is standing by with a happy QB.
A very happy quarterback, Gus. We appreciate it. All right, Justin, you guys were shorthanded coming into this one. I know you said all week that we're going to handle it. We can handle the adversity. But what about Northwestern's defense proved to be so challenging today?
Yeah, they gave us a lot of problems in the passing game. They did a great job, doing their jobs, and they did a great job executing. So we just have to get back in the film room and see what we need to focus on and get better at.
I got to ask about your throwing wrist, your thumb. Are you feeling okay? I could tell you were fiddling with it a bit.
Yeah, I think it might be sprained. I think I heard it over there, but I'm not sure. I'll probably get an x-ray on it or something like that. But, I was just trying to finish out the game. So.
Now, it was a pretty incredible performance from Trey Sermon. He comes in, he just immediately impacts this offense. What can you say about his game?
I mean, Trey's a hard worker. He doesn't talk much, but he puts his head down and work, and that showed on the field today. He had a hell of a performance out there, and he just played great.
Justin, you fought to play this season. I know you guys are not done. What improvements do you still want to see?
Just overall. I mean, just overall, on offense and passing game, on defense, I think we have a lot of room to improve. And, once we get all of our guys back, I think they're going to be ready to come back and work. So
enjoy it. Congratulations. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. We'll be back after this short message with Rob Stone and the guys from right here at Lucas Oil Stadium with the BMW Ultimate Update. A complete post-game coverage, including the Big Ten Championship Trophy presentation.
Ohio State, they improved to 6-0. They've won their 39th Big Ten title and 4th straight, a 22-10 victory over Northwestern. Rob Stone, Matt Leinart, Urban Meyer, and Brady Quinn back here with you. We're going to break down the entire game, what it means big picture for the Buckeyes. But first, the trophy race. We'll go down to the field. Joe Klatt.
Welcome into the trophy presentation for the Big Ten Championship here in 2020. First, I do want to say congratulations to Northwestern for getting here for a hard-fought game. What an incredible performance tonight and all year long. And to these Buckeyes in a year in which we didn't know if we'd be standing here. Folks, let's commend all these players for their hard work and dedication even to get to this point. And now to hand out some hardware, the commissioner of the Big Ten, Kevin Warren.
I would like to first and foremost congratulate Northwestern on a great season and a great game today. But we're really here to congratulate the Ohio State Buckeyes for their victory today in the Big Ten Championship. And on behalf of the Big Ten Conference, we have incredible student athletes, athletic directors, our coaches, our chancellors, our presidents, our families to welcome you here today. And congratulations to President Johnson, Athletic Director Gene Smith, and most of all, Coach Day and the Ohio State players who are here today who put on an incredible performance.
Coach, if we could have you step over to that mic real quick. That's right. Trey, no kissing that trophy. Coach, what an incredible year you've had. You faced adversity from the jump. You didn't know if you would even get on the field. Your kids, you, your administration, you all fought to be on the field. And then you faced adversity here today in the championship game. How proud are you of this group for getting the job done?
I'll say this about this team right here. This is the most special group of men that I've ever been around in my life. The adversity that these young men have been through, what you families have been through. From the start of this thing, we could talk about it for an hour. This thing has been a journey along the way. And the one thing that this team has overcome is adversity. I kind of had a feeling it was going to go down like this today. I just knew it. It's just the way this season has gone. And then they rally together at halftime and come out and win in the second half. And we're Big Ten champs.
Four times in a row as well. Let's now introduce our MVP for today's game, the Grange Griffin MVP, with a new Ohio State rushing single-game record of 331 yards. Trey Sermon.
Hey, man, I just want to thank my teammates and my coaches, man, just motivated me and just welcomed me into the brotherhood, man. I'm just so appreciative, man, and glory to God.
Trey. Hey,
go Bucks.
I'll tell you what, we're going to leave it at that, Trey. Unbelievable performance, and congratulations to the 2020 Big Ten champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Rob Stone, back to you.
Plenty more still to come from Indianapolis. We're going to break down Trey Sermon's monster outing and what this means for the Buckeyes playoff hopes when our coverage of the Big Ten Championship game on Fox returns.